Hey guys, I thought we would have a little fun today and I would use the products that the amazing Jen Jackson sent to me. If you did not see that video and would like to see the friend mail she sent me, it was like Christmas. I opened it in front of my Christmas tree. I was just like ecstatic and I am so excited to be getting into these products. So I will link that video up here if you did not see it so you can check it out. But yeah, I thought while we play with those, I would also answer the questions from the Q&A questions that I put out to you guys. I had put it out on my community tab and on my Instagram. And I thought I would go ahead and answer those with you guys. I told my husband, I go, not a lot of people ask questions. And I'm like, but I'm really long-winded. So I'm sure there's plenty of questions here to get me through this video. You guys already know. And I'm going to slip on my eyeshadow primer real quick because we will start with eyeshadow. As you know, that's what I do. I like to do my eyes first. So this is the One Size eyeshadow quad in Golden Cocoa, and oh my gosh, I love the packaging. It's so stinking cute. And then these are the shades. I don't really own quads, so I am very happy to have this and excited to play with it. And I mean, it's beautiful colors. What could go wrong, right? I shouldn't say that, but I think we're gonna be okay here. So I am going to start right out by going into Santa Snack, this darkest one here. And we will go with the first question. So the first question is from Christy Pope, several are from her. And she said, if you could do 3 things only for yourself, no one else, be selfish, what would you do? Of course, money would be no object. We are dreaming. Okay, so I did look at these really quickly before I came on here just to have an idea. What would I do just for me? Well, I think the first thing I would do, which I could do this now really, and my husband's like, if you want to, like, do it, but you know, like, don't do it because you think something that other people might think, do it because you want to do it. But it's like one of those things where it's like, you know, we have great insurance, thankfully, because my husband works for school. He's a technology director for a school district. So we have really good insurance through the school. And so we have an HSA account that if we don't use all of that money in the year, we can use it, you know, it's kind of like left over. Like if we don't have to use it for medical things, we can use it for other medical things after. Do you know what I'm talking about? If you have an HSA account, you know, I'm not very good at explaining things. But in any case, so I could technically take money that we have left after the end of the year and use it toward this, because you have to use it toward, you know, medical type stuff. But I'm always like, yeah, but we have a son who wears glasses and, you know, I'm just like, if other things come up that are more important, I feel like I shouldn't spend that money. So in saying that, one of the things I would do is go get this blasted off, and I can't think of what it's called. It's like a strawberry angioma maybe, or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. I'll put it on the screen. But it doesn't hurt. It hasn't grown in years. Like it kind of got there after I had my youngest son. Oh, and I'm going into Oh My Dear, this lighter shade here. You know, it doesn't bother me. Like there's nothing about it that like is uncomfortable or anything like that. Like I said, it hasn't grown in years. Like when I first got it, it did grow, you know, right initially, but it hasn't grown in years. It's just been the same. I'm sure you guys have all noticed it. And so it's like, it's purely cosmetic, you know what I mean? Like it's not something that, you know, is causing me issues that I need to get fixed. And so in saying that, it's like one of those things that I just sort of put to the back burner because I'm like, it's not something you need and somebody else might need something instead. So I guess technically that would be something I would do for myself that I would call selfish. It's not really selfish, but, you know, but it would be just for me, for my benefit only, you know what I mean? So, and I probably will at some point do it. But then I think to myself, well, why not do it now while you're younger? Like just go ahead and get rid of it. So, you know, you can enjoy it before the rest of your skin goes crazy, and not goes crazy, but you know, gets wrinkly and stuff like as older people's skin does, which I'm totally fine with. But yeah, so I don't know, but that would be something I would do. The next thing I would do is get a facial. Oh my gosh, I've always loved the idea of getting a facial. It just sounds so luxurious to me. Just to see like what my skin would look like and feel like afterward. Because you know how even when you do like good skincare at home, like a good mask or something, and your skin just feels amazing. Well, I'm like, what would it be like if you got a facial? Like, that would probably just be incredible, right? And actually, the girl that I used to babysit for her daughter, she told me that a friend of hers skin always looks so amazing. And so she finally one day was like, because the girl that I used to babysit for, I think she might be 50 or she's close to 50. And I'm 44, so she's a little bit older than me, but not much. And but she's like, you know, I looked at her because I think she said she was older than her, and she's like, her skin always looks so amazing. So I'm like, what do you do? Like, how does your skin look so gorgeous? And she's like, I go get facials. And she's like, seriously? And so we were talking about it one day, and I'm like, oh, that would be such like a splurge thing that I would never just go do. So if money were no object, that's something I would do for myself, totally selfish, that I think I would absolutely love. But then I'm afraid I might love it too much and then not really be able to afford to keep doing it. But we're dreaming here, right? And then the third thing would be, I think I would go get lash extensions and just try it out. And just, you know, for a while. I don't think it's something I would want to do all the time and, you know, want to do the keep up of and stuff like that. But I think it would be fun to get them and just feel like you look kind of fabulous and put together, you know, straight out of bed in the morning. Because every time I see people, you know, on YouTube and stuff, they have lash extensions and they come on like before they're doing their makeup, they all already sort of look put together just by virtue of having the lash extensions. So yeah, I think I would do that. I would spoil myself and get some lash extensions. And you guys, this is blending out so incredibly nicely. I mean, heck to the yeah on that. Okay, that was just the first question and it took me that long to answer, so I need to not be so explanatory. Sorry. If I can't get through these, we might have to have a part two. I don't know how to do things quickly. I don't know how to just give an answer. Like, that is just not how my brain works. I feel so like unfinished. Anybody else? I mean, that's just the way I am. Now, here's another one from Christy. Are there any places you would love to explore if money were no object? Okay, first I'm going to go into Golden Ice right here, which is the little bit darker of the shimmery shades here. And I'm going to use my finger because that's what I like to do. And I have my little piece of toilet paper here, very fancy. And I'm going to use that like kind of the inner third, since the outer third is kind of like that dark matte. You know what I'm saying. Okay, are there any places I would like to explore if money were no object? I would love to go to Ireland. I have always wanted to go there. I don't know why. Since I was young, I've always been just like totally mesmerized by, you know, pictures I see of Ireland. I love the way people talk there. I love like that a lot of times it seems like it's dreary and kind of rainy there. That's my jam. That is how I thrive in that kind of weather. And like, I don't know, just the idea of just the way the places look where people live. Life just looks simpler. And I don't know if that's really true but I would guess it is. Compared to the US, I think a lot of places life is simpler. And I don't mean simpler in like, I mean it in a very positive way, like in a way I would greatly enjoy. So if money were no object, I would love to take a long trip over there to Ireland. Actually, I'd love to go to Scotland and, you know, places like that and just see, I don't know. I love that type of a look of an area, or like the way the culture is there. I don't know. There's something about it that I absolutely love. So that is where I would want to go. Okay, I'm going to go into It's a Wrap, which is the lighter of those shades. And obviously just finish filling in the lid there. This is from Leanne Sorreo. She said, if money wasn't an issue, what is one thing you would love to have? Okay. Now, if we're talking in like big terms, I would love to either add on to my house so I have a big family room for all of my kids and future grandkids and everyone to gather in, that has a real fireplace and that kind of stuff, or a house that has that. Because like I said, if I were to stay in this house, I would have to add it on. But if I could find a house, because ideally I love where I live actually, and I like my house a lot. It's small, but it's like perfect. I don't like to clean and I don't want a big house, and I don't know, I prefer a smaller, cozier feel house. But I would like that big room so I had space for family to be here. And then, but we don't have like, I would like more privacy than where we are. We are on 2 acres in the country, and our yard is pretty open. And even though we only have neighbors like across from us and on the one side, I would just like to live somewhere where you're kind of like surrounded by trees, like just back in, and it's private and cozy like that. So, if money were no object and I could have anything, that would be my first thought. Okay, we're gonna leave the eyes there for right now. I'm happy about it. I'm gonna go ahead and put my Sephora mat on. Another question from Christy. What would you love to have / do for your 25-year anniversary with Brian? I thought that was really sweet that she asked me that. My husband and I, we will celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary in 2024. So actually this year we have our youngest son graduating and our oldest son getting married. And so I'm glad that our 25th wedding anniversary didn't fall this year, because we could not possibly afford to do a single thing. Okay, I'm going to use my Bite Beauty Changemaker Supercharged Micellar Foundation with Power Pure Maki Berry. I think that's how you say it. It's in M70 is the shade, and this was sent to me by Jen, so I'm excited to see. I have no idea anything about this foundation, and yeah, I'm excited about it. Okay, so what would I love to have or do? We both would love to go on a cruise. We went on a cruise in 2017 when my oldest son was graduating from high school. A bunch of the senior kids and family members went, and we took our whole family. And I'm not sure, this seems very moussey. So, and I don't know how well or how much it's gonna spread. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it's gonna work. So I'm gonna start light and then move along, or add more. I can't even speak. Anyway, we had so much fun on that cruise. We absolutely loved it. It was my husband's first cruise. I had been on a Disney cruise when I was 15, that we went on with my parents, like my sisters and my parents and I. And I loved that. In fact, my sisters and I all said, next time if we could go again, let's just skip Disney and just do the cruise. Well, that was our one and only Disney trip growing up, which was absolutely fine. My kids have only been to Disney once too, and we all have really good memories of it. And yeah, they were old enough that they could enjoy it, and it was really awesome. So no complaints there. But loved going on that cruise with all of our kids and everything. And my husband has said several times, like, oh, I would love to go on a cruise. Like, I'd love, like, it was so fun with the kids and everything. And I said it would feel weird to not have them with us the next time, but you know, that it would be really awesome for the two of us to be able to go and do that and enjoy that together. So that is what I would like to do for our 25th wedding anniversary. I know he really would too. So we'll see what happens. Okay, things are looking pretty good. I'm going to add a little more because first I'm going to throw the cap. Okay. My friend Dana from Makeup with Miller Time, she said, if you could only choose one eye look for the rest of your life, what would it be? And it would very easily be just a very neutral kind of eye look like this. I mean, probably a little more toned down than this one, but it would just be very neutral colors. I have to have a little bit of shimmer. I feel like I need a little shimmer in my life. So there's got to be some shimmer there on my lid, and just a couple, you know, a light neutral matte and a little darker neutral matte. And that really is my ideal. I don't think I would have used to said that, which is funny because it makes you realize how, you know, your tastes change and stuff like that. But yeah, I would just want a very simple neutral look with a little bit of shimmer. So there's like that little bit of interest there, but nothing like over the top, you know? Okay, now the next question. We'll do another one from Christy. She said, what are your plans when all the boys are out of the house? Lots of crying aside. Okay, so she knows I am all about my boys. I absolutely adore them. And what are my plans when they are out of the house? Well, I think I definitely will initially cry. I mean, that's a given. I cry when my husband and I leave to go somewhere and we're leaving them here. I don't know. I'm just, but I'm not like that dependent on them either. I just really love them and enjoy being around them, especially as they are getting older. Like, I enjoy them more and more, and I think they enjoy being around us more and more. So that works out pretty nice. What my plans are then is definitely I will be turning one of the bedrooms. Currently we have a 3-bedroom house and we have 3 boys. So the two younger ones share a room still at 20 and 17. So I know once my oldest moves out, my middle son will move into his room so that the 2 of them will have, but I don't think it'll be too terribly long after that. I kind of wonder before my middle son moves out, because he's got plans. He's got stuff he wants to do that he's working toward. And so he's one I kind of think he's going to be out of here faster than my oldest one was. And I have no complaints about how long he's been here. Like, whatever. They pay for their own stuff. It doesn't bother me. But anyway, but once at least one of the rooms is open, actually, I want the one that's my oldest son's room because it's right across from our laundry room. And that is going to become my beauty room / closet, because right across from the laundry room like that, it just seems like the perfect, easy, take your, clothes in and out of there. So that is a big plan for once they're out of the house. And this is looking really nice. Let me come up and show it to you. It's not like covering a ton, and I could probably keep building. Let's go a little bit more. But honestly, I love a skin tint. And so this to me feels a lot like my Wet n Wild tinted hydrator. I'll put here because my cheeks are definitely where I'm really red. And my chin and my nose. But I like something very light like this that just kind of evens out my skin tone a little better, but doesn't look like I have foundation on my face, because it's just not a look I like. My skin is very oily too, as you know. So otherwise, plans for when the boys move out, we don't really have any, honestly. We talk about maybe traveling a little bit, like my husband and I. Not anything major though, like even just places in Michigan, or I don't know, going some different places every once in a while, but not like for extended periods of time. We know we'll never be like his parents and my parents leave for the whole like winter basically, and we know that's not something we ever really want to do. So yeah, we don't really have like any like plans that we're like, okay, once the boys are gone, this is what we're doing, you know what I'm saying, besides my beauty room / closet. Okay, I went ahead and put on my concealer, which is the Kokie Be Bright Illuminating Concealer in Light. And then I went ahead and threw on some bronzer. I put the LYS No Limits Matte Bronzer in Motivate. I don't know why I showed you that side of it. Looks like this. And now we're going to get into the main thing that I had mentioned in her video, Jen's video, when she was doing a Sephora haul, that she got this Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Blush Liquid Matte in the shade Love. And that was what started. She messaged me and asked if I would be interested in having it because she got an extra one. And then she ended up spoiling me and sending me a bunch of all these other goodies too. So this is what we are going to play with next. I think I'm going to put a little on my hand. So this is what it looks like in the package. And then kind of just put my brush into it and stipple it on, because I think it's going to be, has the potential to be quite pigmented. And so, ooh, it's pretty. She's pretty. But yeah, so it looks like this. And yes, could be very, I don't even know if this is the right way to do it. We'll just see. We'll have some fun. Okay, So next we will go to California Glow. That's Gloria. I call her Mama Glow. And she said, what do you like to eat when you need cheering up? I would say as like a quick pick-me-up, if I'm feeling kind of down, is ice cream. I love ice cream. I love chocolatey ice cream. There's actually an Edie's, what's it called? Peanut Butter Park, I think is the name of it. It's part of their Rocky Road series. Oh my gosh, it's so dang good. Love it, love it, love it. I also love, like there is this from Kroger. It's lemon cheesecake, I think it's called. It's phenomenal. I love lemon flavored stuff. Okay, so this is pretty dark, but that's okay because I like to put my like liquid and cream blushes on kind of dark because then I powder over them. So I'm good with it being a little dark to start. And this shade is very, very pretty. So I know you're going, yeah, Danielle, that's dark, all right. And I'm going to use my Coty Airspun. I'll go ahead and powder and put on my highlight and stuff, and then we will come back to finish the eyes and stuff together. Okay, I decided I wasn't feeling like filling in my brows with a brow pencil, so I used this Brow Atelier, I think maybe it's how you say it, Groom and Sculpt Tinted Brow Gel in Truffle. I had gotten it in an Ipsy, and it's in my December Shop My Stash, and let me tell you, that stuff has hold. Like, you can feel it on your brows. Like, I like to do this a couple times so that they decrunchify. And then for highlight, I used the Michaela and Glam Light. Yeah, it doesn't have like a name, from the first collection that she did. So that is my highlight. Okay, now let's go ahead and get back into finishing up these eyes and these questions. So the other question that Gloria had for me was, what is your favorite movie? I'm going to go into Santa Snack first. My favorite movie is I Am Legend. Just the idea of it is so creepy, and then strangely felt even creepier a couple years ago. There's just something about it that I've always loved. Also, I think a huge part of it for me was the Bob Marley music in it, because I love Bob Marley's music. It just puts me in, like, you know, a mood, a good mood, you know? And so I loved that about it. And yeah, there's just something about that movie. It's creepy as heck, but also like super cool. I think they did a really good job with it. And then, but I would say another movie that was my favorite for pretty much the whole time before that, when I would, you know, when I can remember someone asking me what my favorite movie was, and me the first time ever saying it, the movie that was that movie until I Am Legend was The Man in the Moon. And that is with Reese Witherspoon. I think it might have been the first like kind of bigger movie that she was in, or maybe the first movie she was in. Now I'm going to go into Oh My Dear right here. And that movie just, I mean, I was young when it came out, and there was just something about it that really, like, you know, tugged at my heartstrings. Now I sound like an old lady. I don't know, there was just something about that movie. Sorry, I filmed my bathroom, and my husband's running water in the kitchen, and I can hear it like in the pipes. So if you can hear something, that's what it is. I very glamorously film in my bathroom. It's just the way it is. That's why someday when the boys move out, I'll get a beauty room. But yeah, so The Man in the Moon, if you've never seen it, check it out. If you like creepy stuff and haven't seen I Am Legend, definitely check that out. If you don't like creepy stuff and have never seen Man in the Moon, check that one out. Yeah, so those would be my answer to my favorite movie. And then what Luce does, that is Lucy. She lives in England. We kind of got to know each other through having channels. Like, I found her several years ago and stuff, and we've done swaps together and stuff like that. Unfortunately, everything has become so astronomically priced that we had stopped doing that a few years ago, but I think she would still do it, and I would love to, but it's just, I can't afford to do that. But anyway, she said, what is your favorite place in the States and also the world? Okay, so I'm going to go into It's a Wrap here and put that in the inner corner. I have traveled to several other states and really do like them. I would say my favorite state that I have been to, other than my home state of Michigan, because I do love it here, would be Maine. It is so gorgeous. My husband took me. I had had a dream of staying in a bed and breakfast on the ocean in Maine. So he took me several years ago and we did that. And it was amazing. We stayed on Georgetown Island. And the place that we stayed at was called the Grey Havens. I need to look and see if that even still exists. It was absolutely magical. We drove up and down the coast. On our way there, we ate in, we went over through Canada from Michigan and then went into like New York and stuff, right? Yeah. And then we ate in, at a place that Rachel Ray had like listed as one of her favorite places in New Hampshire. Just, it was a beautiful road trip. It was just absolutely beautiful over there. The little town closest to Georgetown that we went to was Bath. It's like right when we came off the island. And we had like some of the most amazing food there. We went to Kennebunkport, I think is how you say it. And I mean, we went to all different places over there. The East Coast is absolutely gorgeous. So that would be, if you're coming to the States and would like to see a place that I think is beautiful, I would say Maine. Of course, it just depends on, the kind of things that you like. My favorite thing was going down to like these beaches. The sand was black at this one place, and I had never seen something like that before. And the tide pools and all of the little stuff that was living in them was just absolutely fascinating to me, because we have all the lakes here. So I'm used to lake stuff, not ocean stuff. And that was just like, it was the coolest thing ever. So I would say Maine, as far as, one of the places in the States, that's my favorite. I can't really say much for the world, because aside from the US, I've only been to Canada and Mexico. And I don't know, like, of the two, I would say just because of different climate and, obviously different culture and stuff, that Mexico is more exciting to me. I love Canada, don't get me wrong. I've been to Canada a million times. I live right by Canada. But yeah, as far as like a different type of place from what I'm used to, like that's drastically different, Mexico. But yeah, and then of course my favorite place, just absolute favorite place, no matter what, is our church camp here in Michigan. There's just something about being in that place that is just the ultimate to me. That could be the only place I ever travel to for the rest of my life, and I would be thoroughly content with it. And let me just say also, I'm not a huge travel person. Like, I don't like to fly, so I don't really want to go anywhere that I have to fly. I will, and I have, but that's not something I enjoy. So I much prefer places I can like road trip to. And even that though, I'm a homebody, so there's that. Okay, so I've got all my eyeshadow on, and I am going to, I don't know why I'm not keeping this. I'm not. Okay, don't yell at me. So I am going to go ahead off camera and do my liners and my mascara. And then we will come back and answer, there's a couple more questions from Lucy, and that will wrap up our video, and my look will be done. So I always hate when I like do a look and then go right off camera. Like, okay, my face finally looks all put together and I'm like on here for 2 seconds. So that's why I figure I'll go ahead and finish up the look, and then I'll look decent while I'm answering the last couple questions. Makes sense, right? Does to me anyway. Okay, so I did the Essence Super Extreme Lasting pencil in But First Espresso, which is brown. That's what I used to tightline my upper lash line. Then in my waterline, I used the LA Girl, the Shockwave Metallics in Gold Metal, right there in the waterline. So it's nice and gold and goes perfect with the look. And then for mascara, I used the Bad Gal Bang. And for my lips, I used the Estee Lauder Pure Color Envy lipstick in Knockout Nude. And so let me come up real close. Let me come up real quick and real close and show you the eyes. So remember, I just ran through my brows with that stuff. So if you're like, girl, your brows need some help, I already know. You don't need to tell me. I mean, you can tell me if you want to, but I already know. So that is, and I can feel a little hair on my nose. Maybe not. But look at, oh, it's so pretty. And the blush, my skin looks good with that foundation. Doesn't it look good? It's like not separating anywhere weird or anything. And Jen, how in the heck did you do that with the color match? Because unless I'm crazy, this is like my perfect shade. Am I crazy? Yeah, okay. But am I crazy about this? Just, you know, you can save the other answer for later. But yeah, what the heck? M70 is the shade, which I'm assuming is like medium 70. And oh my gosh. And then the way the blush looks, like I said, I had it real dark and little much. But then once I powder, I feel like it looks really nice. What do you guys think? I am like blown away by this. And of course, the quad. Like, this is going to be an easy grab. I have a feeling I'm going to use this a heck of a lot. So I am so happy to have all of this. Thank you so much, Jen. And so let's finish up these questions. These next few are pretty fun too. Next thing would be, what's your top 3 travel bucket list? So I'm like the 3 places I'd like to go. Well, like I said, Ireland for sure. I would like to go to, also Sweden looks beautiful. So I think it would be really cool to go to Sweden and see what it's like there. And then the 3rd place, I know my husband really wants to go to Hawaii. I think it would be really beautiful and stuff. But there's nothing about it that like draws me to want to go there. I don't really know why, but there's just not. So the 3rd place would be, I'm gonna have to think on that for a second, but for you, it will literally just be a second. Okay, so I guess maybe a place I would like to go is Germany, because my family's from Germany, my husband's family is from Germany. So my last name is Gerstenberger, if you don't know, and it's because his family came from Gerstenberg, Germany, so they are Gerstenbergers. That's the lovely name. I think we could just made it Gersten. I really have pushed for this, but it's apparently not going anywhere. I'm already preparing my future daughter-in-law. Like, she's trying to embrace it like I do and do stuff with burgers and try to just make this fun, but it's a rough one. But so to go there, would be interesting to go to Gerstenberg, Germany. There were also like pianos that were made there by like their family, I guess, that was famous. So that would be kind of cool. I'd like to see where my like grandpa's family came, my dad's family came from Germany, and stuff like that. So I think that would be cool. I think that's the thing. I want to go places that maybe have like a historic something that I can connect with, aside from just like beautiful scenery. I don't like being hot, so the idea of like tropical places is not something that really draws me. I'd much rather go somewhere where it's like gloomy and kind of cold and rainy, to be totally truthful. So yeah. She said, ride or die makeup product if you were on a desert island. Well, I don't know if this is a makeup product, but I would want a lip balm with SPF. I am a crazy lip balm person. I have them all over my house, everywhere, in the car, they're just everywhere, okay? Because I feel like I will suddenly like panic if my lips feel dry. And I have burned my lips one time in the summer, and it was a very horrible experience. And so I am very careful in the summer to make sure I have lip balm with SPF on. So if I was stuck on a desert island, you better believe I'll be like, but I need like 20 of those things. But I need to keep them somewhere where they don't get hot and melt. If you dig down deep in the sand, it's cool down in there, right? So then I can just hide them down in there. Well, I'm going real deep with that one. You weren't expecting that, were you, Lucy? But as far as if you're saying makeup, like, you know, you have to pick like a makeup product. What would I choose? I mean, it's like, who's gonna see me, right? So it's not like for looks purposes, unless there are some other people on the desert island with me. But makeup product, I would choose a foundation with SPF. Okay, see, still got the SPF in there, but it's a foundation, so that's a makeup product. So that is what I would choose. She asked me, what do I want for Christmas? Truthfully, I don't have, like, my husband was like, okay, we were cutting way down this year and kind of gave each other a limit of $50, which is not even remotely like what we like to do. But just with the graduation and wedding and all that coming up, we're trying to be extra tight. So I don't really have like a major list of things. I did ask my mom I send her, she shops on Kohl's like on the website all the time. So I sent her some clothes and like a pair of shoes and stuff on there that I like. So I don't know what of that or anything that she's gonna get me, but I basically, clothes and shoes are my favorite things. They just are. Above makeup, clothes and shoes are my favorite. And so I'm always happy to get any clothes and shoes or gift cards to get said things. So I would say those are the things that I want for Christmas, because like I've gained some weight and I'm okay with it for like the first time in my life. But I do need some clothes that fit me a little better so that I'm more comfortable. And so that's kind of part of it too, is just getting some clothes that fit me better. And if I do lose the weight again, fantastic, because ideally I'd like to before the wedding and all that. But I want to be comfortable and just be happy with who I am. So I need some clothes that fit me better, that I feel comfortable in. So that's kind of what I want for Christmas. And then the last question that she gave me, which is kind of funny after what I just said, is what is your favorite comfort food? And my family, it's really funny, but my great grandma had at her church, they would put together like this recipe book, or I don't know if they always did it, but they had put together a recipe book, and there was something in it called chicken divan. And I grew up eating it. Like all my aunts, my mom, my grandma, all my aunts, they all make it. Then my dad's side of the family started making it, like my dad's mom and stuff, because they all loved it. It's what we have for Christmas every year for dinner. And so that is my favorite comfort food. Like if there is something that is gonna be like the thing that just ultimately not only tastes amazing, but just makes me feel happy because it's connected to so many good memories and people that I love, it's chicken divan. And so it's basically a casserole. It has chicken and it has a can of cream of chicken soup and a can of cream of mushroom soup. It's got mayonnaise. It's got curry powder. It's got broccoli and cauliflower. It's got, you mix that all together, put it in the pan. Then on top, you put a layer of cheddar cheese. Then you crush up Ritz crackers, like crush them, cover the top, and then you pour melted butter all over those suckers and you bake it. It is like the coziest, most delicious, wonderful meal. I absolutely love it. And it's fat-free, obviously. But yeah, so that would be my favorite food. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I had a lot of fun answering these questions while using new makeup. I mean, hello. And look at, like, my face looks good. Jen, you made my face look good. Good. And I love the blush color and I love the eyes. And so I'm really happy about it. And thank you guys who sent me the questions. I hope you enjoyed hearing me answer them. And if you guys would like to see me do something like this again, please let me know. If now, after you've watched this, you're like, hey, I've got some questions for you. I would love to do this again. This was super fun. So you guys let me know what you think. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Bye.